Last week, as the DNC was wrapping up in Chicago, we caught up with Rita Hart, the chair of the Iowa Democratic Party. We're going to play part of that conversation for you, and it starts with us asking her about motivation among Iowa Democrats after a few years of lost elections and waning hope. Here's what the chairwoman had to say about the party's renewed energy. What kind of conversations or what kind of ideas has the Iowa Democratic delegation been kind of talking about when you go to something like the DNC and bringing that energy back to the home state?
I think that's a great question. And the reality is that we've we have, even though that is all true, what we also know is that we have been working, the Democratic Party in Iowa has been working really hard for over a year now. In 2022, when we had a really tough election, we had to really take a look at what was actually going on and what we could do to change that. What changes we had to make as a party and as people who care about the Democratic Party and who care about democracy itself, what we have to do to change and make things better. And a lot has happened in that year, right? And we spent that time and that energy building, putting down the groundwork and making the tough changes that had to be made. So we're a different party than we were a year and a half ago. And so that's why this hard work that's been going on over the last year is coming to fruition. We've laid the groundwork so that now we can build off of that with this renewed enthusiasm at the top of the ticket. So for well over a year now, we have known that our job is to get out the Democratic vote. We have not been doing that over the past few cycles. And so we've been working with our county parties. We've been engaged with volunteers. We've been re-engaging with our partnerships and working more as a team and building that kind of opportunity so that now we have Kamala Harris and Tim Walz at the top of the ticket. It's creating new excitement, and people are now getting more engaged than they ever have. So all of a sudden, over the last month, we've got more people coming and asking to volunteer. How can I help? We've got people who are digging deep in their pockets and saying, I want this party to succeed. And so they've been giving more money.
Besides the get out to vote effort, how else has the Iowa Democratic Party changed from 2 years ago?
Yeah, so 2 years ago, we were pretty depressed, right? And there were things that we knew that we could do better. Um, that again, that we needed to raise more money. We needed to get more volunteers involved. We needed to get down to the grassroots level and work with our county party chairs and have the kinds of conversations that truly could result in the actions that would strengthen the party. So we did a lot of listening. I did a lot of traveling across the state. We worked to build that party back up so that we could make those connections with real people and get candidates to run. And that's the exciting thing that all that work now has resulted in the fact that we have more Democrats running for office than we have in several cycles, and that our candidates are inspired and they have stepped up because they care about Iowa. And they know that the present leadership has not been listening to folks on the ground, and as a result, have passed really unpopular legislation.
Getting to that purple state, I mean, how realistic do you think it's going to be in November? What would be genuine, like realistically, do you think you could get a Democrat into a national office in Iowa in November?
I have great faith that we have a real opportunity in a couple of our congressional districts. Yes, I think that it's obvious that other people believe that too, besides me. The investment in the congressional districts in District 1 and District 3 is very real, right? We've got that investment from the DCCC, from the federal end of things, but more important, we've got more volunteers that are more excited about our candidates in Christina Bohannon in the first district and Lamont Bacam in the third district. We have every chance in the world to pick up one or both of those seats. So we're very much concentrating on that. And again, the excitement at the very top of the ticket with the presidential ticket is going to trickle down to those congressional seats and down to our state house and our state senate seats. And so we're very confident. I'm not looking that we're going to have a complete flip of everything, but I know that we have the opportunity to pick up more of these seats and get better representation, have an opportunity to have more Democratic voices at the table, which is going to result in better policy if we can get just a few more Democrats elected here in 24, and then we're going to work hard for 26.
And you can find our full 16-minute conversation with Chairwoman Hart up on our website under the As Seen on TV tab.